Can you outline some of your successes here
Sure.
in Braddock?
Absolutely.
And how much you were responsible for them, and how much you relied on other people?
Yeah, well, I mean that's a great question. You know, in my launch speech, I said this exact phrase. It's like, I don't have any accomplishments in Braddock. I only have great partnerships that have produced great outcomes, you know, for Braddock. And you know, some of them are the significant reductions in crime. It's like, well, we had great partnerships with outside law enforcement agencies. We have a great police chief. We have great officers. We had a lot of great community buy-in. So that's certainly not some single-handed kind of proposition on my part. And we went almost 5.5 years without the loss of life in our community. Another great victory was when the hospital, you know, up and closed, and UPMC refused to, you know, extend any kind of medical care in our community. You know,
back in 2009.
Yeah, 2009, 2010. You know, in January of this year, the finest urgent care center in the state just opened in our community, and it's really of a one-of-a-kind model because it accepts Medicaid and Medicare, and so we had one great nonprofit company pull out, and we've had another great nonprofit company step in, and that's Highmark and Allegheny Health Network, and it's been a wonderful marriage.
Was this like a side, you know, kind of like an ancillary benefit to their rivalry, the two companies?
Oh, you'd have to ask them, but I never picked up on that. You know, the head of Highmark spent 2.5 hours there on opening day. He's, you know, just like they want to be here, and this whole difference between, you know, an obligation versus wanting to be here is incredible. It makes all the difference in the world.
Now, you have drawn people from the outside into town.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the brew pub.
Yeah, the Brew Gentleman. I was going to take you guys there, you know, and yeah, these are two Carnegie Mellon graduates. One's from Boston, one's from Hawaii. They opened what is now the best reviewed brewery in the Pittsburgh area online. You know, I mean, it's tremendous. And so yeah, and we brought in Levi's. You know, Levi Strauss, you know, as iconic of a name brand that exists in this country, made Braddock the central of their marketing campaign in 2010, and we fixed up an abandoned church and turned that into a beautiful community center. You know, out of the furnace, you know, one of the, you know, premier, you know, a roster of the who's who of the best actors, you know, working today, you know, was inspired by the story here, and they had a movie that not only was shot here but takes place here.
How did you attract, you know, Levi's? And I know the film was written, you know, was written based on Braddock.
Yeah,
although it wasn't a sure thing.
And that's the thing. Like, we've never done any kind of outreach or anything. Just the way I didn't call you up and say, hey, you know, you ought to come out here and check things out. It's like this is what we do. This is what we believe in. This is how we've done things. And if that resonates with you, if that's meaningful to you, great. If not, I'm not going to be. You know, I've never had a social media account before the campaign. You know, I'm not a tweeter. I'm not a Facebooker. You know, and it's not coming from a place of, you know, get off my lawn. I'm a grumpy old man that doesn't understand technology. It just comes from a place of, you know, I've got a job to do, and we're going to do it. And if you're interested in it, great. If not, you know, we're fine. You know.
For a period of time, especially around like 2009, 2010,
yeah,
you were all across.
Yeah,
and Rolling Stone.
Yeah, it's
Colbert Report.
Yeah, twice, in fact. Yeah, and yeah, and again, I can't tell you. I've been approached literally dozens of times for reality shows and all those other things because, and I've never been interested in it because I've only cared about, you know, two things. A, is it dignified, and B, does it have a path, a clear path to helping the community? And most options don't.